Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here in the Panther Sports Network War Room. Going to give you a little preview for the Pitt football game against Rutgers this weekend. I'm Brian Batko.
I'm David Toth. Nice to see you guys out there.
So Pitt's coming off a huge 44-17 victory over South Florida last Thursday night under the bright lights at Heinz Field. Absolutely dominant performance. David, do you think this team has turned the corner, especially the offense?
Absolutely. I think they're starting to click now. They're starting to buy into the system, as Todd Graham says all the time. They looked really smooth last week from the quarterback, Tino Sinceri, who's been having a lot of, he's been sparking a little controversy with this Trey Anderson thing. That talk's finally died out.
Yeah, people haven't always been happy with Tino this year, but can't really find much fault with his performance Thursday.
No, he did great. He answered. He came out big after the B.J. Daniels touchdown, the rushing one in the beginning that kind of had me worried, as a Pitt fan.
Yeah, they got on the board first. They scored right away, is what South Florida likes to do, but
Tino Sinceri came right back with a rushing touchdown himself, and I think that's the offense started rolling at that point. Ray Graham got his touches and got LeBron tweeting that he's a beast.
Yeah, it looks like the Pitt offense is finally having that high-octane look that most people have been searching for kind of this whole season through the first 4 or 5 games. But looking ahead now to Rutgers, what do you think is going to be the main key, the X factor, so to speak, for the Panthers if they want to win this game?
Not giving up big plays and going out there and executing. Tino needs to go out there and manage the game like he did last week against USF. That's the biggest thing right now. The Rutgers have a great stifling, swarming defense right now. 18 takeaways so far on the year, first in the nation, tied with Cincy, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, great defense right now. We have to, Pitt has to be careful. Watch out for that, manage the game well. Ray Graham's going to have another big day too.
So, of course, yeah, on the offensive side, and want to limit the turnovers. I actually think the key is going to be on the defensive side, because I think this might be a low-scoring affair here this Saturday. I think this defense finally needs to live up to expectations and get to the quarterback, get more sacks, more tackles for loss in the backfield, wreak havoc. Brandon Lindsey came into this season as one of the most highly touted pass rushers in the entire country. He's gotten a few sacks this year, but not quite terrorizing the other team's quarterback like people have hoped for, I think. So that's really where it all starts. And we were talking before a little bit that Rutgers' offensive line, really nothing special. I think Lindsey, and not to mention the freshman stud outside linebacker Juan Price, I think those guys can make something happen. You don't give Chase Dodd any time back there in the pocket. You limit the rushing game, and I think that's kind of where it all starts for the Panthers. A lot of Panther fans certainly got their first glimpse of that high-octane offense that Coach Todd Graham has been talking about all season long, and even before the season when he first got the head coaching job. But I don't think it's going to come as easily against the Rutgers this weekend as it did against South Florida. The Scarlet Knights have a pretty menacing defense. So, David, I'll ask you, what do you think the keys to the game are for this Panthers offense if they want to score some points against Rutgers?
I think the number one key to the game for the Panthers' victory this weekend will have to be protecting the ball. The Rutgers have a great defense, as you said, 18 takeaways on the season, first in the nation. As long as Tino can manage the game and Ray Graham can use his legs to open up the passing game for him, the Panthers are going to be successful.
So we've talked about what should happen this Saturday for Pitt. What do you think will happen? Because as we've seen with Pitt football, nothing is ever simple. Do you think the Panthers get a win in New Jersey on the road?
Yeah, I do think the Panthers are going to win this week. As long as we can get pressure on Chase Dodd, keeps the new in check, not give up the ball. Pitt's going to come out on top 23-13 this week.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to get the win as well, although I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it'll be a double-digit victory. I think we're going to see the offense struggle again, much like we saw it struggle against Notre Dame and in the early goings of this season. A lot of people are kind of sold on the high-octane system after Thursday, but that, I think, was essentially what you're going to see when everything goes right. Obviously, that's not going to happen every week. I think Tino Sinceri will make enough plays to win. I think Ray Graham will make enough plays to win. But I don't think you're going to see a 30-plus point performance. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle for both teams. I'll say 16-13 Pitt, maybe a last-second field goal. It's going to look ugly at times, but a win is a win at the end of the day, and I think Pitt will move to 2-0 in the Big East. So that's going to do it for us for our Pitt-Rutgers preview here on PSN. For David Toth, I'm Brian Batko. Thanks a lot for watching, and go Pitt.